guys, welcome to Nobody Listens to Liz. I'm Leah Frederick. I'm Liz Dykes.
I'm sorry, what did you say? Ciara Peluso.
Nobody listens to me. All right, so that's kind of going to be how it goes here. So this actually came organically, an idea, when we were all at a training and a conference down in Florida. Mr. Jared James, shout out for inspiring us. So we started this podcast because nobody listens to Liz. Right? So,
but she's got a lot of good ideas.
And
I have great ideas. If you guys would just listen when I tell you, instead of waiting for somebody else that you paid a lot of money to see tell you, the world would be a better place.
Fair.
Yeah.
My husband does the same thing. So,
yeah.
It's kind of on brand.
That's true. So today, we are actually kicking off our inaugural. That's easy for me to say.
Don't ask me to say that.
Inaugural recording video podcast of what they don't teach you in real estate school.
Everything.
Yes, that's the short answer. Okay, so first of all, I'm curious because you've been here for doing real estate forever. Like how many years?
Thank you.
I'm not talking about dating yourself.
Just so you know. How many years?
2013. So we're recording this in 2025. So 12, 13 years.
I can't do that. Right, Ciara?
Since 2017. I'll let you do the math.
Yeah. I'm sitting here like, okay, 1, 2, 3,
I think
4,
it's 8.
5, 8.
It's 8.
It is 8. It is. And I am 3 years. Yeah, I think it's 3 years.
We're on 3 years.
Yeah, we're going on 3 years. Yeah.
You guys are really good for being 8 and 3 years old. just a baby. Just a baby toddler. Yeah. You're just
it's because we listened to Liz, didn't we?
Do you?
No. Okay.
Usually she says it first and then someone else says it.
And then
we listen.
Then it's a great idea.
And then it's a great idea. So, what they don't teach you in real estate school. So, for example, when you go through real estate school, the thing they pound into you more than anything else is how many square feet are in an acre.
43560.
There we go.
Have you ever used that, Ciara? Ever? One time?
No, I've Googled it though.
Okay, that's true. So anyway, your license will get you in the door. You can call yourself a real estate agent, or if you're like us, we're all realtors. The difference between a realtor and a real estate agent.
Liz, listen to him. Make them listen. Make them listen.
What?
That's going to be my Make them listen, Liz.
Make them listen, Liz.
I'm not very good at that if we haven't explained.
Okay.
So the difference in a real estate agent and a realtor.
Yeah.
So the main difference is they're not part of their national and state organizations. When you are a real estate agent, you go to school, you get your license. We have a lot of them here in Maysville, Kentucky, and surrounding areas. They're heavy in Adams County in Ohio, where we work too. But the main difference is they're not a part of the National Association or their state association. And what that means is when we sign up to be realtors, we pay dues to the state and national organizations, and we are held to their canon of ethics. So the canon of ethics is a few pages long document that basically, it's kind of like the golden rule, right?
Yeah, code of ethics.
Yeah. So we are held to a standard that if we
much higher standard.
So if we don't treat each other as agents or the general public with the golden rule and like the things that go with that,
confidentiality, fiduciary, things like that.
They can actually come after our license, or we can get fines. So if you're not going to be a stand-up citizen, you're not going to treat people correctly, you're not keeping things confident that you're supposed to be, you're
confidential, not confident.
Oh, sorry, confidential that you're supposed to. They can actually come after your license, or they can fine you. And so, we're all fine with being held to that standard, and they give us a lot of things.
Training, things like that.
So that's kind of the difference. You can be either one. Nothing wrong with either one.
Exactly.
There's just that difference of the canon of ethics mainly.
Yep. So license gets you in the door and stuff like that, but obviously boundaries, experience, resilience, what keeps you in the business. How many? I couldn't remember the stat. Do you remember how many agents close a deal? Usually, what was that? Was it 80%, 90% of agents only do more like 2.5 deals a year? I really should have done some research.
Yeah, I don't remember right now. I think
We'll put it on the bottom of the screen.
Yes, well,
Yeah.
watch the show notes.
yeah, we'll find that stat. But yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
it's
typically 80% of agents only sell one deal a year.
Yeah.
So it doesn't
Ridiculous.
seem like a lot at all, but what that says is they're not good in their practice. They don't know the market. They're not keeping up with the trends. They're not keeping up with the laws and stuff. Because if you're only doing one a year, how do you know what's going on in the industry, right?
Right.
Well, you probably have another full-time job.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And nothing against that. However, part of that canon of ethics says we know our market, we know what's going on, we're there to help the client.
Right, exactly. So those are things just kind of keep in mind when you jump into it. So what real estate school teaches you, usually you have, the legal basics for housing, fair housing, contracts, in essence, the framework. What they don't teach you, how to negotiate, how to handle emotional clients, family members. What do you do when a deal falls apart? Cry in your car.
How to write a contract.
How to write a contract and know what the words, the legalese means. How to market yourself. Most agents that are starting out, they get their license and they think, ring, ring, phone's going to start ringing right off the bat, and it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. All right.
So basically, what they teach you in real estate school is how to stay out of realtor jail. I like to call it, right?
Yeah.
So they're teaching us how,
which is an important lesson.
Yeah,
It is a very
great
good
to know.
Yeah.
But they're teaching you the black and white stuff for the test and to be able to pass your test and know the legalities of it and things like that. But not the gray area when we actually start doing the business, how to run your own business, how to get business, because nobody tells you
50 Shades of Grey, Realtor Edition.
like 500,000 shades of gray.
Wait a minute. I'm not sure where we went, but suddenly we went in a totally different 50 Shades of Grey.
That's why I'm here.
Just for entertainment.
Yeah.
But it's true.
It is true.
There's a lot
It
of
is
great
true.
stuff, and
So,
you know what to do.
Yeah. Now, a lot of new agents, I'm just going to jump into some things because it popped into my mind. A lot of them pay for leads. So, yeah. You guys pay for leads?
Yeah.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What
To be
sources do
honest,
you use?
I haven't used any of them yet.
What? So we're paying for leads, but we're not using any of them. Tell me more.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's not a great decision. So let's not talk about it.
All right. Well, we'll come back to that on another episode.
And another episode, definitely. So
I have never bought leads. I bought leads one time through Zillow for our offices. So I am offices. And I bought it to try to help some of the newer agents. It lasted about 3 months, and we decided we are better at creating leads ourselves.
Yeah.
So it's just not something I've done. There's nothing wrong with it.
Nope.
But if you can do your business organically and learn how to really build your business, get those referrals, get, whole families. I'll have like the kids, the mom and dad, the grandparents, maybe the aunt and uncle, brother and sister.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of people that are your people.
Yeah.
And so we want to serve those
Yes, a
families.
little insert here to buyers that are listening that don't go on Realtor and Zillow and whatnot and just click on the button. Ask for a referral for an agent and find a good agent, not just anyone can get on there and buy leads. That doesn't mean you're getting
just
an
pointing a finger here.
agent.
Yeah, they're going to be lucky if they get you.
I mean, exactly. They will. They will.
But I'm glad you brought that up because one thing that the consumers have no idea, which I think is wild. Let's say you get on Zillow right now and you click on one of my listings and you schedule an appointment at 2:00 on Tuesday. Guess where that appointment goes? I have no idea. Do you have any idea?
Nope.
It goes to a lead
somebody
does it-
is paid for the lead.
But does it even do that? Because I've had people call and say, "Hey, I'm at your listing. I scheduled an appointment with you," which they didn't. They thought they did though, and nobody's here to let me in. What do I do?
It's
That's been happening more and more.
Didn't call them
And didn't actually
because maybe
confirm the
because they
appointment.
paid for leads.
Well,
and they
you
didn't
can
use
get on
them.
and schedule within 2 hours or something
Yeah.
like crazy. So if that agent gets sent that lead, but I mean,
It's cold.
they have lives, you know,
And
they
they
might
might
be
not
at
have
an
time.
appointment or something.
Well, that's
they
what-
can't call you.
We'll address
Hey,
the
this is not
realtors
confirmed.
and real estate agents have lives in another episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's something kind of newer that's been happening.
Yes.
You've been able to schedule appointments, but now it's becoming more and more often.
Yeah.
That you're scheduling an appointment, there's no agent, and they think it's supposed to be us, and we never
and it's
got
not.
anything.
It's
Right.
not.
So I apologize to anybody that's called me and set an appointment, thought I'd be there because I wasn't. Didn't know.
Didn't know.
Yeah.
Didn't know.
Didn't buy the lead.
Yeah. So that actually, just, summing that up, you've got plenty of friends, coworkers. They have used an agent. Somebody in your circle has used an agent. Go on social media and ask, hey, anybody recommend an agent? Trust
And
me.
be prepared for 50,000 comments.
This is true, but at least you
Yeah.
can research them and actually
Yes.
get a real life person, usually it's a bot, telling you this is who you should use.
Yes.
And then if they lie and the agent is crap, well, then you can just unfriend them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you guys know that the average person knows 12 real estate agents?
Oh my God,
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's probably growing.
We're oversaturated.
Yeah.
Definitely in Ohio. Kentucky, not so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kentucky, Ohio, yes.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
average person knows 12. So you got to be the best of 12
Mm-hmm.
for you to be the one getting there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they didn't teach it in real estate school. Okay, so first year, actually, I would say first couple years, 80% survival and 20% skill building. As far as what you want to have in place. So somebody gets their license, and what is the first thing they should do?
The first thing once you get your license,
Besides have a celebratory drink, because it is the hardest test. It is the hardest thing I have ever done. And I've done some pretty hard things. Hardest thing ever.
Have you taken the Ohio one yet?
No, shush. Working on that. Oh, by the way, yeah, Ciara's in Ohio. Liz is in Kentucky and Ohio. And I am in Kentucky, but I'm getting my Ohio license.
No plans to do
Yeah. You sure about that? Yeah. That's what she says. Anyway, back to the question.
So there's lots of things I would tell an agent to do while you're in real estate school. But if you don't have my list of things to do while you're in real estate school, then I would start with an Excel spreadsheet of everyone that you know. We're talking your kid's dentist, their soccer coach, your mom's best friend, your friends from high school, anybody in your area that you serve, or anybody that's from the area, even that left that you serve. Phone numbers, names, email addresses, mailing addresses.
Emails are great, particularly, yeah.
Yeah, so that's called your sphere of influence.
Or
and that's
SOI.
SOI.
That's the number one thing that you can use to build your business. And if you do that correctly and you have a lot of contacts, you shouldn't have to buy leads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The magic number, I think is 500?
500 contacts, if you work full time at it, you really know what you're doing, should be about a $4 million a year business.
There you go. There you go. So, yeah, you know more people than you think you know. That's for sure.
Well, you know God and everybody.
Well,
so
that's
I don't know if that's fair.
This is true. This is where, and I'm just going to put this plug in, if you're in the, should we call autumn of our lives? Kids are grown, and, you're looking for something new. And, you've always been kind of interested in real estate. You can reinvent yourself. I actually was marketing director and professional voiceover actor, and I am actually. I am a professional voiceover actor. But the point is that you can actually do this. You can do this. And it is an exciting, very busy, very challenging, but very rewarding career.
It's a great second career, third
It is.
career,
It is.
something like that. Especially if you're like, I don't want to have to go out back into the corporate world. I want to do something that's more for me.
Yeah. And if you like people, so definitely.
Okay, we're gonna have to cut this, but you got something on your lip.
I know.
Other side.
We don't have to cut this. They just told me.
Let me see.
I've got part of probably from Heart Cafe, the chocolate croissant, because that was breakfast. Yeah.
Park Cafe in Maysville, Kentucky. We absolutely love it.
It was very good.
It is very good.
My
Okay.
first time there.
Yeah, we won't be cutting that, so this is the way it is. Again, authenticity. Gotta be authentic. Okay, so we have our SOI. What would you think is the second thing?
What do you think?
I had something and then you kept talking.
Well, you don't listen anyways.
That's true. Oh my god, that's hysterical. What I would say is get your systems in place.
Okay.
Okay. She better speak, otherwise she's going to forget it.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
They say that, get your systems in place,
Yes.
but when you first start out,
Uh-huh.
you're like, what system?
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Yes.
What systems for what?
I was
What-
going to
what are you-
eliminate.
Well,
What do you think those are?
What?
What do you think those are?
You tell me.
Oh my god. After she interrupted me, just I was about to say that. Okay, so good thing she's pretty. That is an inside joke, sorry.
I think a lot of it is figuring out what your day and schedule is going to look like. Is that where you're headed with that train?
Well, for me, my most difficult hurdle that I still deal with, shout out to my accountant, is the taxes and keeping track of the receipts and just having the accounting, running a business. It's a business.
That's what you're doing, is running a business.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody tells you that. They
No.
sure don't tell you that in real estate school.
No, they definitely don't.
Yeah.
And that's the part. Oh, yeah. And also, you are a 1099. You are self-employed. You own your own business.
Yeah.
Okay. We may work, with the same brokerage, but it's your business, and you're the one that has to face Uncle Sam. Some of us
You're
do
the
that on
CEO,
time, but other people have to
all
wait till
those
October
others.
15th. Yeah. So you have to have those kinds of systems in place. Get some, accounting software and stay on top of that. Keep track of your mileage. That's going to be a huge deduction that you're really going to want to capture.
Sometimes I feel like that's all I do is drive.
Yes.
Pretty
yes.
much.
You know how many miles? I was telling her, 2024, how many miles do you think I drove?
28.
No.
I said 25.
She said 25. 35,000
Wow.
miles, y'all. 35,000 miles.
So there are some benefits to being
Yes.
a realtor and owning your own business because you are a 1099. So that means you basically are itemizing all of your expenses. So it's either mileage or the gas that you put in your car and all the maintenance for it. One of the two, not both.
Yeah.
But after that, if you take a client to lunch, if you go to lunch with another realtor and you buy, that's all a deduction. Gifts that you buy for your clients for certain amounts, depends on your state. All of that is a deduction. When you buy shirts and swag from your either your brokerage or if you put your name on it and stuff, which is great for marketing, by the way.
Business cards, yeah.
Business cards, all of that is a write-off.
You
So
hold
keeping
open
track
houses,
of those
all of
receipts
that.
are great.
Yeah.
And you had mentioned like accounting software, but I feel like as a brand new agent, you don't really need that. You need a spreadsheet. A spreadsheet or something cheap like Hurdler is a good one. There's a few others out there.
Wave.app
QuickBooks is really expensive for a brand new agent.
I don't use it, but I've heard people that do.
Wave.app is a free online accounting software.
Okay, so there's some options.
Yeah.
So you need something to track those. But I wouldn't run out and buy.
Tracking miles.
Yeah, I wouldn't go out and buy QuickBooks. But yeah, if you do a mileage tracker, then at the end of the year, you'll know like how far you went and what you can deduct from that.
Right. Okay, so some of the things too with marketing, one of the reasons actually was very funny because they thought this was going to be just a verbal kind of video, or not video.
There's no video.
There's no video because they have some
There
anxiety
is
about
no
video.
camera there.
Yeah, there's no camera and stuff like that. But the fact of the matter is, this is where I'm pushing them off the cliff. because
We're flying.
yeah, you are flying. It's like I'm pulling the record and it's not doing anything.
But it's fine because nobody's going to listen to this because nobody listens
Exactly.
to me. It's not going to matter.
But they listen to me and Leah.
And maybe they'll just tune me out. I don't know how they're going to do that.
So with like marketing and stuff like that, all right. So you're a new agent. You just spent this money for your background checks and taking the test. You have no money coming in, and it may take a while to actually get your first deal and stuff like that. What do you guys do in the meantime?
So
That's free. I mean, that has very little cost.
Yeah. So you can be safe to assume that you might not make any money for the first 3 months, 6 months, might be 9 months. It could be a year.
Could be
If you don't have a strong sphere.
How long did it take for your first deal?
Oh, I was pretty lucky. When I got my license, I had family waiting for me to get my license. What about you?
I got my license in September, and I closed my first deal in February.
Oh, that's not too long.
Yeah, but it was.
Did you have like a built-in? You knew you were getting ready to list something, or you had buyers waiting?
No.
Oh, so that's good.
That is good. Yeah.
But what about yours?
Well, 3 days.
To close?
Well, no, not to close. It's stuff to get under contract and stuff. So yeah.
However, where did that client come from? It was somebody that knew
Again, because as Liz says, I know God, never mind. And particularly in the town of Augusta, Kentucky. Shout out to Augusta and my tribe there. They were very excited about this midlife change and like, oh my God, you're gonna be great at it, and immediately jumped on that. So all the like nonprofit work.
Right. You are great at it.
Well, thank you. You're so sweet. So
well, and the cool thing is, so Leah has this Bunko Club.
Yep.
And I think you told me that every person there has either given you a deal, you've worked with them directly,
almost, yeah,
or they've given you at least one referral. Yeah. And that was like in the first year, right?
Yeah. So, because again, and I mean, we have with Swing Time on the River, by the river event, I get a table each year just because I know it's a tax deduction, because everybody comes up and asks me about the real estate market. So you just make yourself available, honestly, and people know you're an agent. They're going to want to ask you about real estate. Yeah, do not be a secret agent.
Yeah. So people are big into being a secret agent. They're scared. They're worried. They don't know what to say. Yeah. They don't know what to say when they do talk to even people they know, right? Mm-hmm. They're just shy about it. Nobody knows you're new unless you tell them. So if you're running around, hey, I'm a brand new agent, I just got my license, they might not want to use you. However, if you're more poised about it, this is a profession. You're going to be a pro. You're learning the stuff that you need. You're setting yourself up for success. You understand that you are running a business now. You're the CEO. You're going to have to act like it. You don't want to be a secret agent and not tell your friends and family, not tell old coworkers, not tell anybody that you know. You want to run around the streets with your name badge on and maybe your brokerage shirt or something that says, hey, I'm your homegirl. Mm-hmm. That stuff is great to let people know, get conversations started, because that's where your deals come from. If you go sit in an office all day long, you can learn a lot. You learn a lot from other agents. You hear them answering the phone. You might get a walk-in if you're in a small town like we are.
Yeah.
However, if you sit inside the office all the time, you're not out in the community getting your business. There has to be a good mix, I think.
Time management,
Yeah.
So what is one thing that you think the new agent absolutely should do, aside from the SOI, because that takes some time and stuff like that, though, a little tool trick. For example, one of the things that I did right off the bat is the business card. The business card has my picture on it. Put your picture on all of your stuff, your signs, your business card. But the business card, and yes, I do the conventional, 2x3 or whatever. And it has all my contact information, phone number, a QR code even to my website. But I carry these around with me. I have some in my wallet. I have some in my car. I have some on my desk. I have some somewhere on my person at any given time, because there's nothing worse than striking a conversation. For example, I actually got a lead picking up food at M's Eatery, another great place here in Maysville to eat.
So
Standing there, and I had some business cards they have in the front. They have a little kind of little kiosk with
I
all
saw
kinds
your
of
business
things.
cards at our cafe as well.
There you go, exactly. And so they actually, I saw a guy, I was standing waiting to pay, and the guy reached over in front of me and he picked up a card, and I said, yeah. Yeah, so the dogs are here. In case you wondered.
Leah and her dogs.
Leah and my dogs. Yes, the dogs go with me. That's a whole other story. Yeah, we've got a visitor. Anyway,
We'll feature them.
So a
on
lot of
something.
times when you start with a brokerage, you do have to have a brokerage when you get started.
Yep.
You will get some business cards.
Yes.
Usually for free, maybe very little cost. That's something that you can start out with. I highly recommend customizing them, making sure your face is on them, making sure it's your phone number, your website. That's some other things that we teach brand new agents is like a vanity website, vanity email, that kind of thing, so that their leads and contacts are coming to them.
Yeah.
That's
another advantage for being in the office. You have people just stopping in to ask you for money or
just to say hi.
It's to say hi. Business. Actually, it is for business. I've got a couple leads, and I know Kathy has too and stuff. Just being in the office.
I've had walk-ins.
Have you done walk-ins too? Yeah, it's great. Yeah, that's what it's there for.
So when you're getting started with those business cards, when I first started, every time I went out to eat, I would leave one with my check in the thing and say, thanks for great service, and leave my card.
Yeah.
Does that make it a write-off automatically for marketing, or?
We would have to ask the tax accountant that. I
don't have a future episode. What you can and cannot do legally.
I do have a list because I started off with, I was working a full-time job and I wanted to figure out how to do this. And I wasn't on a team or anything, just by myself. So I have a list of like 120 things that you can do for free, basically.
Yeah.
For free or very cheap marketing when you're getting started. So that's what I did, is kind of follow a framework of, okay, what can I do that's going to cost me very little money, have high impact in my community, and make sure that people know I'm an agent.
Yeah, it's a good list.
Okay. Well, speaking of that list, if you are interested in receiving a copy of that list, you can just pop into our DMs and actually, let's see, just put what should we call the list? The 100 free things. Now we'll make it shorter. What's a word that we can just say?
Listen to Liz.
Listen to Liz. Listen to Liz. Put that in our DMs, and that we'll go ahead and send that to you so you can actually get some support. Other things, anything else that you think the new agents or what they don't teach you in real estate school, which you really need to know as an agent starting out?
Gosh, I feel like we could talk about this forever. There's just so much.
There is a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff. It is
maybe do a part 2.
Yeah, we can do a part 2 later and stuff. So
maybe we could get some questions if you're a new agent.
Yeah.
And you don't know what to do, or you don't even know some of the things that we're talking about. Why don't you put it in the comments, and then we will get you some answers.
Yeah.
We'll help you out.
Yeah. Because nobody listens to Liz, but here is an opportunity for you to actually listen to Liz.
Listen,
maybe they'll listen. Just because you guys don't listen, maybe they will. If they're out of options.
I do listen.
They're out of options. Maybe they'll be like, oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Last resort.
Yeah.
Last resort, Liz.
And again, sometimes it takes a couple times for us to hear that, to put it in effect.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing, it's good to say, okay, got these ideas, you have to do them. One of the things that you're going to work harder than you think, longer than you think.
Yes. You're running your own business.
Yeah. And nobody really coaches you in that. So if you make it through your first year, you're doing absolutely wonderful.
Absolutely.
Congratulations if you've made it at least 1 year. If you've made it 2 years, that's another big mark. So if you've made it 2 years, congratulations. If you have made it 5 years, I believe that you're in the top 20%. I think only 20% make it more than 5 years. So congratulations.
Yeah.
You fall in that, Ciara.
Yeah.
And you're well on your way, Leah.
I'm going to be there. So, yeah, as long as I continue to listen to Liz. So, Thank you for joining us for our inaugural. See, I got to just take that word out of my vocabulary.
Our first.
Our first. That's what I would have gone with. Yeah. Our first podcast. Nobody listens to Liz. Come back and join us. If you have anything, any suggestions, again, send them over to us. Any topics that you'd like to know about. We're going to be talking about all things real estate, buyers and sellers, and agents. So we look forward to seeing you guys again soon.
I'm Liz. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.